quote-unquote, which many were calling a bizarre history lesson on Ghazni. Looks like Hamid Ansari is digging in his heels. He's defending his statement. He says, again, I'm just quoting Hamid Ansari. He says that he was simply quoting the history. He says Ghazni was not a foreigner. So he stands by that narrative, stands by that statement, goes on to say that Ghazni was an Indian, asserts and claims, quote-unquote, that his kingdom extended into India. Earlier he said that Ghazni was not a foreign invader. He also said, remember, Ghazni was an Indian. And now looks like he's standing by that statement, standing by that claim.
Point is, what are the historical facts? Anybody familiar with the history of that period would know that the kingdom that is associated with the name of Mahmud Ghazni extended deep into India, south of Lahore, almost pretty close to what is today New Delhi. So, I mean, my point is very simple. Yes, he was a lotero. Of course, he was a lotero. But was he a foreigner? He was not. He was ruling from areas which are well within undivided India.
All right, that was a statement by Hamid Ansari. He's defending his statement. He's standing by what he had said earlier, digging in his heels. Remember, earlier, viewers, a political storm had erupted. What Hamid Ansari had said earlier, that he claimed that Ghazni and Lodi rulers were not foreign invaders but Indians, Ansari said, and had branded them as outsiders. That he had claimed that branding them, apologies, as outsiders was politically inconvenient. I believe my colleague Mohit is on the phone line with us. Mohit, help us understand what Hamid Ansari had to say, the repercussions of that statement. Looks like Mr. Ansari is digging in his heels. He seems to be justifying the comments which he had made earlier. When it comes to Ghazni and Lodi, seems to defend his statement. Take us through what Mr. Ansari said and also, very importantly, the political fallout of the same.
Well, in fact, you see, Hamid Ansari a few days ago made a similar statement, and he did not call them the Ghaznavi or the others as foreign invaders. He said that they were Indians, they were not foreigners. And today, and at that particular time also, we saw that how the BJP sharply reacted to it. BJP basically stated that why is Hamid Ansari trying to whitewash the crimes that were being perpetrated on Indian soil, Indian temples, that how Somnath was being desecrated, demeaned, looted, destroyed by Ghaznavi almost 1,000 years ago, and why is somebody who has been the vice president of the country is making such statement? Why is he trying to whitewash all the crimes that were being done, and why does he want to relate them to India? And similarly, today also we see that how the BJP sharply reacting to it. BJP says that this has been the habit of an ecosystem, that whenever we talk about Somnath, whenever Prime Minister talks about reclaiming our cultural history, going to various temples which in the past were attacked, destroyed and looted.
Right, Mohit, looks like Mr. Ansari is standing by those statements, defending those statements. We have a BJP reaction also coming in, viewers. Let's listen in to how the BJP is reacting to this latest development.
How do you see this, sir? I think the whole issue, the essential fact that the Prime Minister wanted to emphasize, and I want to emphasize through this small video, is that it's not whether Ghaznavi was here or there. Ghaznavi and many other invaders came from about the 7th century to about 1,000 years after that. And that has been essentially stalled by the Indian civilization. And therefore, Somnath is a symbol not only of one particular person and an attack, it's a symbol of civilization resistance and resilience against onslaught.
Why such whitewash, sir?
No, whitewash because the previous governments were interested in the vote banks that came from a particular community. I think we need to make sure that the minority community of this nation is respected and is secured. But we also need to make sure that history is not whitewashed, so that young people understand that Somnath stands still today as a result of the Indian civilization.
Thank you for speaking to Times Now, sir. We have with us BJP MP Shashank Manidru.
All right, we heard what the BJP had to say. Viewers, once again, let's listen in to Hamid Ansari, what he had to say, how he is defending and justifying that statement he had made earlier. Listen in to Hamid Ansari.
Point is, what are the historical facts? Anybody familiar with the history of that period would know that the kingdom that is associated with the name of Mahmud Ghazni extended deep into India, south of Lahore, almost pretty close to what is today New Delhi. So, I mean, my point is very simple. Yes, he was a lotero, of course he was a lotero. Huh? But was he a foreigner? He was not. He was ruling from areas which are well within undivided India.